times fades as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Wakeforest Demon Deacons, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Demon Deacons will put total effort to crank us up. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Wide receiver comes in motion. Rides the back on the option to give. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Rushes on him. Wasting no time taking a shot. Snags it on the right. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the Heisman race. He's had a great season. He can do a little bit of everything.
Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown. Hey, I like this by the offense. Nice job of not forcing it, having to throw the football. Now you make it 3rd and manageable and put your offense in a better position to succeed. That's a nice 2nd down play.
And the Demon Deacons are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a big missed opportunity by the defense there, guys. If he's able to make that interception, all of a sudden, their offense is back on the field. But now, because he dropped it, it's still 4th down. And, of course, they're in field goal range.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Touchdown, Wake! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Gets it out fast. Still running at the 40. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense. The Blue Devils want to crank the tempo.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Let's talk for just a minute about Duke. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
They'll leave it with him. Turning it on. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going,
teammates in conference play. They know you, you know them. There's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Wakeforest Demon Deacons, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Blue Devils will get us started with the opening kickoff. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. And here he comes out of the end zone.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
The Blue Devils backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. On the ground, it's Hardy. Loose ball squirting all over the place, and it went out of the back of the end zone. That'll be a safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that, A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're at on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. It's first down from the 11. Now improvising. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Demon Deacons now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds, an incomplete pass.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Incompletion brings up a third down. Back to pass, it's Kamara. Bringing the heat. Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
What an example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
And the extra point extends the lead to 16. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The give to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. At the 45, on his way. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Running back searching for a hole.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
And the Blue Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Some misdirection with the counter. There he goes. Touchdown, Duke. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
They'll line up to go for 2. pound their way in. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the two-point conversion. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Wakeforest has it back, and here comes the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Runs through a tackle. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Demon Deacons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Kamara. Got his man on the right. Breaks into the open. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
If you're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race, you've got to win games and you got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
Wants to go up top on first down. Looking deep. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Clemson was able to finish off a close one in Death Valley today. They did just enough, both offensively and defensively, to come away with a dub. Hey, survive and advance. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Motion from the wideout. The give to the tailback. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to him. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. The Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
At the 34, offense facing 4th down.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked.
And the ball's loose in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Make sure that one fell incomplete.
Looking downfield, it's Kamara. Quickly complete. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
And this guy has been putting up huge video game-type stat numbers each and every week. Threw for over 300 yards last week. He's putting up another monster game today. Late in the year when you know Heisman voters are watching, this guy wants to bring the Heisman Trophy home.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect to see more of that throughout this game.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Cricket!